do this. Okay, so this is the Liferay Sync, which is our file sharing software. Okay, so if you know Dropbox, it follows pretty much the same principle. Okay, so the Dropbox is designed with a specific purpose. We designed Liferay Sync to synchronize with our document library. Okay, so inside Liferay, if you've used it already, there's a document library where you can import your documents into, and then all the users can work collaboratively on that document library. So edit the documents, upload new documents. You can have workflows associated with the documents to approve the documents, for example. The thing is, if you want to, for example, if it's images and things like that, you want to edit these images. Well, if you need to go to the browser, download the image, resize the image, or do something with it, and then upload it again, it's not really practical, right? So we have developed the Liferay Sync, which is an application that you can download and then use it on a desktop or on your mobile device, for example. And you can, pretty much is what I will demo. So you can see your image, resize it, turn the image around, do something with it, and then refresh the Liferay page, and you will see the image automatically there. Okay, so this is what the Liferay Sync is for. It just synchronizes files. Okay, so and then we'll just do an exercise like, okay, I will enable the workflow on a folder, and then I will just do something with image and what happens. Okay, you should follow the workflow. You can approve and see the changes being actually made into live. Okay, so a lot of text here. It's just I didn't have any PowerPoint, so I put the Liferay Sync. It was not for you to read. Okay, it burns your eyes. So. It's okay, but let's do the trick. Like if I click on this and I download it, I don't because I have it installed already. You should see something like this icon. Okay. So it's not really original because Dropbox, it's the same thing. So you open the folder in the Dropbox, you will see the folders, right? So it's so if I open my sync folder, is the same, right? So if I open one folder, I will see the folders of sync, and I will have just an icon just saying, oh look how many syncs I have. Okay. Okay, but if you started from scratch, you won't have the settings, right? So it's just you start to install it. The first menu that opens is this one. You will need to. It's pretty simple, right? So you will need to, to have a folder for this Liferay Sync to synchronize all the files into the Liferay structure. We'll just, well, we can use this, right? So it's a matter of adding the HTTP port. So it basically what it is. HTTP. Yeah. No more beer for me. So what it does is it basically it's using one of our JSON, one of our APIs. It basically connects there. It has in this case the desktop is basically scanning the folder. So if you put something in the folder, it calls our API, uploads a document. So the ones that uses Liferay know that we already have web services and all of the and JSON APIs. So we're using our APIs to upload the documents inside, and we're also scanning the document library to see which documents are there, and we have an index of documents that are inside the Liferay folder in our desktop, and we see the changes. Okay, and we don't delete all of our documents and download the documents from the document library all the time. We just see the changes that are being made, the versions that we have compared with the versions on the website, and we just synchronize the changes into your local directory. Okay, so it's pretty easy to use. It's just a matter of adding user and password. I guess you forgot about the security. So removing the test user, right? From production.
Nice point.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a test user enabled in production, so
with a test password.
So yeah, so when you add the login and password, the enterprise version will allow you to synchronize all the websites that you have. Okay, so it's this community. You can only choose one. Okay, one website. So this is all of these are like websites that I have in my demo environment, and I can basically synchronize the files from wherever I want. Okay, so here I can you can see that you can do like this. A pretty nice trick, you see. Synchronize all documents in all in all websites. And then what we'll do is, you can see the icon here is synchronizing. Well, it's basically downloading, and then it will notify you with the files that are in the document library and are here. Okay, we need to think of this not as the the final bulletproof solution for everything. Like if you have 15 gigabytes of documents in your library, you might not synchronize that website, right? But you can have like a staging or another website that has the documents that are being worked on, and you just synchronize that with your folders. You do all the work there, and then you just move the files to the main website, right? So just don't start using this and put it into your production environment that has several gigabytes, and then it will synchronize everything, right? So it's you might think of this as a good tool to synchronize things that you are working all the time. So as you can see, what Liferay does, it has it basically creates a folder per websites that you have in your Liferay installation, and the guest will be the website, the liferay.com, or the one that Liferay creates out of the box, right? So it downloads all the images that I have on the document library, also all the folders. Okay. So as an exercise, if we log in. Log in on the default website, then if I drag and drop the documents and media, so let's search for it. So yeah, it's all of the images that you can see on the folder. Well, they're basically here. Okay. So thing is, now if I open this with Paint and I just do something, it should be reflecting it into the website, right? This is what we'll do, but we'll just do something first, which is let's try to create a folder. Okay, so test folder, and then save that folder. We're going to upload the document inside, right? So as we have created the folder should be synchronized automatically into the Liferay Sync. It's here. Okay, so now we're going to paste the image here. See that it's going to be uploaded automatically to the document library. We're going to create a web content, associate the web content with that image, and then change the image inside from our operating system. Okay, let's do this like pretty quickly. Oh, I have so many icons. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this nuclear image. Okay, so it's being synchronized. Sometimes it takes a few moments, but yeah, it's already there, most likely. Yeah, hey, I was crossing my fingers. Okay, so now we have an image here, so we can close the documents immediately. Yeah, you probably use Liferay, so you know what this is. Web content display allows you to create web contents. Just going to create a quick one. Insert an image. Okay, so the image is like that. Okay, so let's do another exercise, which is now your non-technical workers can work on the, I don't know, tuning up the image or something. You say, oh, this image is not proper, please add something to that image, or I don't know, resize it or something, it's not proper for the web content. And they can use any tool that they want, right? So they can, for example, using the Microsoft Office, I don't know, rotate, okay?
Yeah, we'll do that.
So as it's being saved, this is the web content that contains the image. What Liferay does, it reflects the actual modifications into the image itself. So the web content that contains the image is not actually copying it or something, it's linking to the image that is on our document library, and that is linked with our Liferay Sync. So by changing in your computer, you are actually doing the changes here. So it might be good or not, it depends. If this is a test environment, or you're just producing images for your web contents, it might be a quick way to see the modifications. But now if we define a new workflow, an approval workflow for every image, it means that every time that I change the image or I try to change it, you'll need to be approved by someone else, right? This is what we will do. So we will enable workflow on a folder. I have a couple of approvals. I have developed this myself, but the single approver comes out of the box with the Kali workflow. Okay, so now the test folder has a workflow, right? So if I try to do the same here, let's see what happens. It didn't change, right? So it didn't change because it's going to approval process. Okay, so that what Liferay did, because we use our internal API, we try to upload a new document. It created a draft version of this image, and it started the workflow process and sent the task of approval to an admin, which is myself. Okay, the handsome guy here. How often do that? So if you go to my workflow task, so what I'll see is, I need to review this image, this nuclear image. Okay. Once I review it, it will be in my page. Okay. So okay, so it's not assigned to me; it's assigned to my role. It's the role of the content reviewer. First, I need to assign it to myself. So doing my tasks and then approve or reject. We'll just approve it to be fast. But yeah, once it's approved, it's live, right? So it's there. And if we see the synchronization was made because it's gone live, and if we see the image history, you can compare the versions and actually revert to a previous one if you're not happy with the modifications. But yeah,
How do you get the versions?
I'm sorry?
How do you get to see the previous version?
Okay, so it's so the versions are in the document library itself. So right, so it's where the images are stored. So if I go to the folder, this test folder here, if I browse inside the image, so here are these are the versions. Okay, so it's not really practical if you need to check a lot of them. But what you can do is that you can view or download the image, and if you like this one better, you can just revert. By pressing revert, automatically this one becomes the latest version, and we override the current one. Okay, and yeah, that's basically it. Any questions? Yeah.
So I'm working on the image. We have workflow enabled, and I save the file multiple times. What happens? Do we have multiple versions created, or
Yes.
overrides the latest version?
Yes.
So when I go into an approval process as an approver, do I see, let's say I saved it 7 times, so do I see 7 entries to approve, or only the latest?
You'll see all of them.
All of them.
So when a draft version is created, it starts the workflow process.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but this is like something that you can maybe work on this. Okay, because we have like an automatic process that if you enable a workflow to a folder, it will create a workflow every time that you create a new version of the document. Because it's the only way that you can approve the.
Yeah, I was wondering, the second thing was actually content blocking, because when more people collaborate on the same resource, you usually want to lock the content. So
Yeah, and that you can do. Using the log checkout, you can log the document for yourself. So it's the user that's logged in the Liferay Sync. Only that user is able to edit the image. So if you edit an image and you're not locking it, and it's actually locked by another user, what happens is that you will not be reflecting changes to Liferay.
I see. But what I was because once you approved something in Liferay, it basically synchronized back. So let's say I'm working on some image and someone approves something on the same image but different version. Does it mean that it overrides my working copy?
No. We create a different version with a conflict.
Ah, okay.
Okay. So then there's something that you need to do manually. Like, okay, there's 2 people save the document in their Liferay Sync at the same time. And it creates a conflict. Then you need to say your version stays or my version stays, which is it's complex. If you're working on a Word document, everyone is writing on the document and clicking save, and it's creating versions. Right? So it might not be the best scenario for every case. But if you're talking about, for example, recuperations, for example, you need to migrate images from your existing application server to this one. You can use Liferay Sync to synchronize all the images to our. I've seen a project, really weird project, just to do that, to synchronize documents into our Liferay. But using Liferay Sync, it synchronizes automatically, right? So you can take advantage of it for that, and also for working on environments that you need to do a lot of modifications on images, but it's not really concurrent. So if you have 100 users concurring on a document, it will create a lot of problems. So it might be better for you to use another software to do that and then just publish to Liferay.
And if I want to explain this solution to an IT guy of a customer, I basically say it's an alternative to WebDAV, right?
Yes, it is exactly an alternative. We created it because we didn't like the WebDAV
Yeah, I don't like that
protocol.
Yeah, the WebDAV is low.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because it's created. WebDAV has created a lot of issues for
So
us.
we just did it because the WebDAV is just really.
And as I understand it, as Dropbox also works offline. So basically, you have your working copy, and once you go online, it synchronizes. So that's enough. That's.
If you can, you will need to do this first. So you need to do this. Okay. So when you're inside the folder, if you access this online, so you offline. When you're offline, you can do modifications, and then it stores, and when it connects, it knows the offline folders that you've been working, and it synchronizes the content there. Okay?
Alright. Sounds good enough.
This is at least our goal, so if it has bugs, it's a different thing.
Well, it will. It's a young project, right?
Yeah, it is.
Alright. It's interesting. Yeah.
So we have stories where customers are using it for an offline work as well.
Yeah.
So it's easy when you are like in urban area, right? Because you always are online. You have all those devices, etc. But if you need to go somewhere where there's really no communication, go on vacation or do work somewhere where there's no connection at all, you can still do the work, and then you go back to the office and automatically synchronize with all the documents that you're having.
How does it work with repositories?
I'm actually not sure if it works really well, but you can see, because I have an alfresco
Well, if it's work in progress, then it's fine.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, but in theory it works. In theory, theoretically it works. So it creates a repo, and if you synchronizes in theory, it should synchronize there. But well, the thing is, we are using always the same API, which is our own. And then, according to the configuration and the folder selected, well, it's the Java code that's behind, right? So it should work either way, but it's not. Well, we created this more for our repo than connecting to others. But
yeah, I was just curious, because there are a lot of issues related, like workflows of other systems.
Yeah, it's really complicated, right? Because we can have our workflow, and then what happens? We approve and send to Alfresco, and then you can start a workflow in Alfresco, and if you start mixing things up.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sure. Anything else? Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.